Let's Nightfall, episode 19, and this week's Nightfall is the Fallen Saber. It's going to be a harder solo this week, obviously because of the Warsat. Warlocks and Hunters, I think you're going to have a tough time soloing the Warsat because it is the Taken version. I personally think the Taken version is the hardest for Warlocks and for Hunters. If you're on a Hunter, make sure you're rocking Blade Dancer, all invis perks. I would have the Don't Touch Me's on if you have access to them. If you don't, possibly the Frost. The Frosties, and then Hunters, make sure you have max strength and all the invis perks. Warlocks, I would run the Vampire build. I just think it's going to be really hard for Warlocks this week. Hunters, definitely doable, but it's going to be tough because it's the Taken version. You're going to have snipers, you're going to have wizards, you're going to have blights that slow you down, you're going to have the stupid captains with the Hayukit that make you go blind. If you're on a Titan, rock Defender, obviously, either have Blessings or Armor on, have Bastion, and definitely have Untouchable. Titans, if you have access to Helm of Save 14, definitely have that bad boy on, and you need a sword. Regardless of what class, rock a sword. A sword is the way to go, preferably an exotic one. Raise Lighter or Dark Drinker, not the Arc exotic. Don't use that. Warlocks and Hunters, you might want to mess around with a rocket launcher, possibly over a sword. So the first adds, they're going to be coming from the Hive ship area. So for this first little wave, you're going to have 3 snipers. Take them out as quickly as possible. Right behind these 3 snipers, you're going to have a little Hayukit captain. Now, if you don't see those 3 snipers, all of them in the little middle lane right there, maybe you only see 2, maybe you only see 1, check to your left and check behind you, because the snipers with radar off this week, the snipers can sneak behind you and they will go over to the left lane. So after you take out that captain, you will then have more snipers spawn, this time 4 of them. 3 in this middle lane and 1 to your left. Again, if you only see 2 in this middle lane, then that means 1 has matriculated over to a different area. After this second set of snipers, you will have another Hayukit captain. After about time you take out this captain, you're going to have more snipers spawn, and this is when it's going to start to get overwhelming, and this is when we're going to be using our first bubble. Make sure you pop your bubble on this side of the Warsat, where I'm at right here. We're doing that because the next wave of ads is coming to my right, wizards and more Hayukit captains. Now the name of the game is to get our super back before this bubble runs out. So here come the second wave of ads. You're going to have Wizards, Shadow Thrall, you're going to have Hayukit Captains, you'll have a couple more snipers spawning here and there, and they're going to be flowing into your bubble. That's why you want to lay it on this side so you can take out these enemies. You know, if you have to go outside your bubble, you only have to go a few feet here and there. If you have your bubble placed on the right-hand side of the Warsat right here, if you place it, say like up to my right, like way behind me, you're going to be out of position, and it just gives you an opportunity to get killed easier. As you see, I'm building my super back. Cool, I got my super just in time, just before my bubble popped out, and now I got my super back, and now I'm pretty much in the clear because as you see, majors are spawning, and with major kills, you're going to get a lot more super energy. You're going to have to kill less guys to get your bubble back. And now you're doing the same thing, Titans. You're just killing guys, wait for them to be near your bubble. Don't you put yourself in a dangerous situation. Wait for the ads to come to you. If there's not, overwhelming, then you can go out of the bubble right now. See, I'm chasing this wizard around, but it was a good opportunity to. And I got my bubble back. Okay, we're done. So Warsat's over with. It doesn't matter what enemies come. I can just simply pop my bubble and sit in here and not have to kill ads anymore because the Warsat will build in time. Hunters and Warlocks. I will have links in the description of runs from previous Nightfalls in the Warsat that I did on the Hunter and the Warlock. Basically, Hunters, you're going invis the entire time. You're not focusing on enemies. And then Warlocks, you're basically spamming nades, Nova Bomb, and your sword, or maybe rocket launcher. I really think it's just going to be tough on the Warlock. If you have access to all 3 characters, definitely be your Titan. Definitely be your Titan. And if you don't have access to all 3 characters, then I would come in here and give it a try. But if you are getting frustrated, I would just chalk it up as an L. I do understand there's probably a lot of you still trying to get Icebreaker, and I understand wanting to get that, but there's no point in being in here by yourself and getting frustrated if you can't get it done. If you do get by it, sweet, awesome. The rest of the Nightfall is not very difficult. But with Iron Banner, guys, the rewards are going to be dropping like hotcakes in there, and you're not going to have to spend as much time. You play 4 or 5 games, you're probably going to get 2 rewards from that. If you do already have Icebreaker, I personally wouldn't even waste your time this week if you don't have access to a Titan. Now, those links in the description, Hunters and Warlocks, if you do want to check it out, that's going to be the Warsat versus the Fallen version, so it's going to be different. Obviously, there's different modifiers, so The strategy in those is not going to be 100% transferable to the taken version of the Warsat, but it will give you an idea of what you kind of would be doing to defeat the Warsat. So here we are on to the second room. Everything from here on out is fairly easy. The boss fight can be difficult in some spots, but it's really not that bad. So basically, if you've never done this strike before, don't push into the room. We're killing everything from this hallway. If you get in trouble, back on up. The door will shut. When you're ready to fire again, move up. The door will open, and no ads will push in through this door. You are perfectly safe in this hallway and back room. So if you get in trouble, just back up. The door will shut, and wait till you recover. Once you're ready to go, if you're waiting on a pack, waiting on your super, whatnot, then move up. Door will open. Pop some shots off. So the first wave is very easy. Then you'll have the second wave come in, and this wave is harder. You're going to have a wizard, a bunch of thrall, and then you're going to have two major taken knights. And those are the dangerous enemies. You see, that guy's just laser beam their attacks. So if you get in trouble, again, every time you're in this room, regardless, move up, get a couple pop shots, a snipe or two, back up, let the doors close, recover your health, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I didn't mention it yet, but definitely switch off of a sword after the Warsat. I would switch to Galahorn. If you don't have access to Galahorn, that's perfectly fine. I would just use your best rocket launcher. Though if you prefer to have a machine gun on, rock a machine gun. Hell, if you want to keep your sword on, then keep your sword on. Just a suggestion, definitely would have a rocket launcher on. So you see, I'm just moving up, popping some shots. I popped my bubble behind me, Titans. Warlocks and Hunters, though, regardless, move up. Let the doors open, pop a couple shots. Use your primary, use your rocket launcher, use your sniper. The second you start to take any damage, start backpedaling, and then let the doors close if you're about to get wrecked. I'm going to do a little quick super duper fast forward here. All I was doing, guys, is moving up, popping some shots, and then I was waiting for a pack, and I went AFK for a hot second. So here we go. Once I pop a pack, then I'm going to move up to take out the last remaining guys. There's a little Hayuka captain, and those guys are really annoying. And again, you'll have a little wizard, but focus on taking out the knights. The knights are the dangerous guys with this second wave. And once you take out everybody in this second wave, then the coolant vent will be exposed. Then if you're brand new in this game, all you got to do is you just throw your nade in through the little hole, and then the coolant vent will explode, and then you'll be able to move on. Once you do that, you will just take out these two little sniper shanks. Once you do that, away we go. Now, for this next part, you need to be very, very careful for these next parts, because if you die in the little arc hallway, you will have to do the room we just did over again. And I totally forgot to go over the modifiers. My bad, guys. Epic, Brawler, Grounded, Chafe, and Fresh Troops. Fresh Troops makes the Warsat pretty annoying because you're going to have some additional enemies that you wouldn't have otherwise. Grounded's really not too bad in this strike. You're not really going to be doing a ton of jumping around. So Grounded's really not too bad, though really the Fresh Troops is only kind of the annoying modifier this week. Chafe's kind of whatever. So Titans, you're going to be popping your bubble right here. So make sure you pop your bubble. And the reason we're doing that is just to have an extra layer of defense. So basically what we're doing, guys, is we're going to be going to the outside lane with this orb if you've never done this strike before. But wait for this nearest stream to move. And once it moves by you, grab the relic, and you got to move. I was a little slow. The second you get that relic, you got to move. You got to go now. And you're sprinting to the outside lane. Stay here, and you're cutting over on the second opening. Once you cut over, you are in the clear. You're putting the relic right here. Hide behind this little railing. The shanks usually will not follow you this far, but if they do, just hide behind the railing, and they won't push up to the railing. And now you're in the clear. So again, wait for that near stream to come like it's coming. Just, watch the streams for half a second if you need to time it. Let the near stream go, pick up the relic, and you need to be sprinting. You need to be moving right away and move to that outside lane and follow the stream and then cut over the second opening. Now, it can be tough. You can die, and if you do die, again, you'll go to the previous room, which can be very annoying, so take your time. If you think you're about to get wrecked by Exploder Shank, or maybe you're a little slow, then just drop the relic and then take out the Exploder Shanks from kind of this end of the room, and then try it again. So if you think you're a little slow, I wasn't moving quick enough, I'm just a little bit too far behind, then just drop the relic, kill the shanks that spawn, and then try again. So for this next room, Titans and Warlocks, you're going to want to clear out these initial like adds near the door. You're going to have Scions. You're going to have a... Oh, wow, okay. I almost killed myself there. Can't believe Galahorn did not kill me. That was really close to the steps. Warlocks and Titans, you want to take out the adds near this door to help your run be easier. You're going to have this tortured captain right here. You're going to have a buttload of Scions, and the Scions can be annoying. Obviously, as they start splitting, there's going to be a lot of them. Hunters, just switch to Blade Dancer if you're not already on it, and then just go invis, and you'll run up the left side of the room, go to the left side of the room, and you'll easily be able to make it. Titans, if you're on bubble, you'll be able to easily make it. Warlocks, on self-res, you'll be able to make it too, but again, Warlocks and Titans, clear out the Scions as much as you can, clear out that captain. You're going to have a wizard to your right, as you've seen some Shadow Thrall periodically coming through the door, as they're only adds that will push down those steps onto you. There's some more Scions, there's going to be a couple snipers. So just clear out the room a little bit, Warlocks and Titans, before making your run. And you know, Warlocks, if you get killed, you can pop your res. Titans, you'll see I'm going to be popping my bubble. As you see, there are a ton of Scions. They're freaking everywhere. Again, we're going to be running up the left side of the room. Don't go down the middle, as there's blights and there's just too many freaking adds. Okay, here we go. We got an opening, and away we go. For this next room, sprint through this room. Granted, I've never died in this room, so I don't know how far back in the strike it will put you. So actually, if you're lower light or you're not comfortable making the run, you might want to take out these adds. There's not going to be as many adds in this room as there was in the past room. Now, I cut it close health-wise because that knight did his little fire blast and I kind of landed right in it. But you shouldn't cut it that close. If you're sprinting, just sprint through there. Though with grounded on, you can't really jump. Jumping makes it go a lot faster. So here we go. We are on to the boss. I didn't do it on my first run. So I have Galahorn on. Have your favorite sniper, though I would have a higher impact sniper because this week with fresh troops on, you're going to have more servitors spawning in the room, and having a high impact sniper, just, you know, less shots to take out the servitor. Whatever primary you want to rock, guys, just use your favorite one. I would use something a little bit more fast firing. I'm using a Suros PDX and, you know, kind of the Hawksaw fire rate for pulse rifles. I would have something just a little bit faster pace because you're going to be taking out a lot of shanks. They're going to be sneaking up behind you. You want something with a little bit of pace. So the boss's first attack is his most dangerous. Now you see how I'm kneeling down. If you've never done the strike, we're using this cover that I'm by right now as I almost get one-shotted. So make sure you're not standing, make sure you're crouching, pop 1 or 2 shots with your sniper, let a rocket fly, get back behind cover. You see how he charges up his gun? When he sees me, he charges up the gun, and when I dip behind cover, the gun, he stops charging it. So with the fresh troops, like I said, you're not only going to have the shanks, you're going to have servitors as well. Make sure, I would save grenades for the servitors and save your super, just in case you're getting overwhelmed. Warlocks, I would switch to self-res if you hadn't already. Titans, obviously on bubble. And Hunters, I personally would probably go with Blade Dancers and the Don't Touch Me's, but if you want to rock Night Stalker, that will work just as good. You'll have, you know, your smoke nades, or you can have that be invisible and whatnot. And with Brawler on, maybe Night Stalker would be the way to go and have double smokes or just the single smoke to help with the servitor. So basically, guys, for this his first attack, so the boss has 3 attacks if you're totally unfamiliar with this strike. He has a solar attack for the first attack, void attack for the second attack, and his third attack is a arc melee attack. So for his first attack, we're going to be on the right side of the room, and then for the second attack, we're going to move over to the left side of the room. And it basically goes in kind of thirds. Once you kind of get him to about like 60% health, then you're going to be flipping sides. So all we're doing is managing adds. Doing a couple shots on boss, then looking around. Do not get too glued into your sniper. Do not get too glued in to your scope. Make sure you pop a couple shots. Make sure you're kneeling down behind cover. And just look around. Do a couple shots. Okay, shank, you know, where are the shanks at? I need to take out the shanks. Oh, there's a servitor coming. I need to take out a servitor. The boss will tell you when new adds are coming in. A little message will pop in the left-hand corner. So make sure you are keeping an eye out for that. The second you see, you know, reinforcements are incoming, you need to be looking for adds. So right here, the Devourer Shank summons reinforcements. When he does that, okay, let's pop a couple shots. Okay, time to take out the shanks. make sure to keep them from overwhelming you. And the shanks, they'll push up on you. They're not afraid. They're not going to just stand back. They're going to come up from behind you. They're going to come through the side. It's just they can get very, very overwhelming. And they're the turret shanks. So for the second boss attack, it's going to be exploder shanks. And then for the third boss attack, it's going to be sniper shanks. The first attack, I think, is the dangerous part in the fight. So here we go. All I'm doing, guys, is controlling ads. It's all the name of the game is control ads, take out the servitor. Once you take out the servitor and you have a little bit of an opening, find out where the boss is. Is the boss to my left? Is he sweeping back, to come into view? Pop a couple sniper shots, get into cover. Make sure, again, you're not standing up. Do a couple rocket shots, pop off a Gallahorn or whatnot, get back behind cover. The ads are what's going to get you killed, not the boss. The boss is not going to get you killed. I mean, obviously he can get you killed in the strike, but he's not your number one priority. The ads are, because they can be overwhelming. Okay, so the Devourer Shank retracts the heat sinks. Time to move. The second that cover's going away, we need to run to the other side of the room. Make sure not to jump. Grounded is on. If you jump, you're going to get wrecked. Now, you will have some lingering ads. As you see, I have some turret shanks left, but after you take out the ads that were out as the boss switches, now those shanks are going to be exploder shanks, and you want to come to this area where I'm at right here. Don't be, so there's the 3 blast shields, be at this very far back one. And the reason we want to do that, as an exploder shank blew up behind me, the reason you want to do that is the exploder shanks are actually super nice, and they don't really push up on you if you're at this last blast shield where I'm at right now. They don't. They'll just corral themselves. You see how that exploder shank, he just went right past me. That one I sniped, and you see how he just is kind of in this middle area and he's just sitting there bouncing around. The exploder shanks are really, really nice, and they're not going to get you killed. Now, granted, you'll all have a rogue exploder shank once in a blue moon that will come up behind you from kind of this left little alleyway, but it's not often that it happens. But with chafe on with radar, your radar gone away, make sure that you're checking it periodically. You can hear them too. You can hear I know I don't have the noise going, but you can hear them when they're kind of near you if you're glued into your sniper or whatnot. But you see, they're just going to come up, you guys, and they're just going to hang out. They're not going to be a bother. Just like the boss's first attack, and when we were on the other side of the room, your priority is ads first, then do damage on the boss, especially the servitors. They are very, very dangerous. Though the exploder shanks, they give you a little bit more leeway as they're not shooting at you. You just have to be aware of where they are at and the proximity to you, just in case they do blow up. So for his third attack, all we're going to do is we're going to go about 2 feet down to our left. And once the boss transitions to that third phase, we want to go right away, get in that spot, and then the boss will come up from behind you. So here we go. I'm going to do some more damage. The boss is almost to his third phase by his health. It should only be a couple more shots here. And there he is. He's going to his third one. So just hop right down to this spot and then crouch and kneel down. Take out any lingering ads that will be in front of you. That exploder shank was running away. And here we are. The boss is right behind me. And you're just going to be able to shoot him, and he's not going to be able to hit you. Though the sniper shanks will be able to hit you. So when you see that message that ads are coming in, as I kind of ignored it, though I had a bubble to kind of protect me, so you will have the sniper shanks will be able to shoot you. So you'll have the one in front of you, you'll have the 2 up to your right, and 2 up to your left. Now the dangerous one, as you can see, the guy up to my left can't hit me from this little spot right here, but the guy on the right can, the far right. So the ones you want to focus on is the one that spawns on the ground right in front of you and the far right one. Now, ideally, you want to take out both on the right, but you don't really have to. Just the one on the far right that has a free sight at me. Now, the ones on the left, the one just kind of directly up to our left, so there's 2. There's one kind of behind my head. I don't have to worry about that one. Now, if you want to take out the one that is on the front left, you can, though you can just move over into the corner of this spot, and he won't be able to hit you. And as you can see, all we're doing, guys, is just popping shots. I'm checking, okay, the Devourer Shank summons reinforcements. Okay, focus on taking out that right shank, as this PDX doesn't have the greatest range in the world. I took him out. I'm looking for the one on the ground. I don't see him. I'm just checking around. Okay, I'm going to take out this guy, the top left guy, just in case I don't get some cheap death. I don't see the one on the ground, so I'm just going to ignore it, and I'm going to go back to shooting the boss. And here we go. He's almost dead. He's just got a sliver of health left. A sliver, 0.00001% health. And there we go. You've done it. We've done it. Not too bad of a solo once you get past the Warsat. Though remember that grounded is on. For the first run in the boss room, when I was transitioning from his first attack to his second attack, I forgot grounded was on. I started floating across the room with my Titan and got absolutely melted. With this Nightfall, it's really not difficult. The only hard part is the Warsat. That's basically the entire Nightfall. Usually it's the other way around. The boss fights the entire Nightfall and everything up to it's super easy. Once you get past that Warsat, guys, you're home free. The rest of Strike is not hard. All right, we can fast forward to the rewards, see what we got. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, now I remember why I stopped doing Nightfalls. Hopefully this video was helpful. Have a good one, guys. See ya.